Shalom. I'd like to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Makah Kodesh. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of GMS for the true leaders of Israel today. And salutations to my Archeum who do this work in truth and sincerity, who are risking their lives and their freedoms to do so, as well as the scattered Israelites who come looking like the heathen but are not, by way of our forefathers' seeds who are Israelite men. The true name of the Most High is Yahweh, and his son's name is Yahushai, and the Lord's holy chosen people are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, as we are the ones who suffer under the curses in the book of Deuteronomy. This is your brother Yakale from the GMS Jamaica Kingston camp, and this video is about the stony heart and the laws that will be written within us when we receive salvation. All right, so I'm just going to start straight in the book of Ezekiel, chapter 36 and verse 24. For I will take you from among the heathen and gather you out of all countries, whose I, Yahweh Shemeshai, and will bring you into your own land, right? Because right now we're scattered among the heathen, right? Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 64, I believe, which is a part of the curses, right? And we're under several other curses, and the curses are a mark upon us, the Israelites, to show who we are, okay? To identify us. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean. From all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you, right? Because as a nation, we are unclean. Every single one of us. All right? Every single one of us. As the scripture says, all of our righteousness is as filthy rags, to paraphrase. We are all unclean because we are all in this flesh. And this flesh leads us to uncleanness, right? The flesh is filled with carnality. You have the spirit and you have the flesh, right? So just to jump real quick, to look at what is it that the flesh brings, right? Looking for the fruits of the Spirit. All right, yeah, man. Had to do a quick search for the precept. And by the way, when I did the Google search, as soon as I typed in fruit, it led me to the precept. But you know how Esau technology do when you speak around it. So anyway, so Galatians chapter 5 and verse 22. All right, so this is going to show what the flesh is. Now the works of the flesh are manifest, which are these: adultery, fornication, uncleanness, lasciviousness, idolatry, witchcraft, hatred, variance, emulations, wrath, strife, seditions, heresies, envyings, murders, drunkenness, revelings, and such like, of the which I tell you before, as I have also told you in time past, that they which do such things shall not inherit the kingdom of the Most High, right? So we are in the flesh, right? And the flesh being in it, we go off, and no Israelite is immune to going off, whether in this truth or not. Okay. But then in verse 22, it talks about the fruits of the Spirit. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long-suffering, gentleness, goodness, faith, meekness, temperance. Against such there is no law, right? So these ways of being are the ways that we will be fully in the kingdom. We possess these traits, but we're not able to be in the fullness of it because we're in this flesh, right? So when we go back to Ezekiel chapter 36 and we go to verse 25, let me read it again. Then will I sprinkle clean water upon you, and ye shall be clean. From all your filthiness and from all your idols will I cleanse you. Okay, and that's with the salvation. A new heart also will I give you, and a new spirit will I put within you, and I will take away the stony heart out of your flesh, right? Which is what we possess right now. And I will give you an heart of flesh, right? Which will be when we receive the spirit, okay, of that new spirit, okay? With that heart of flesh, where we will have the law, statutes, and commandments written within us. And I'm going to have to get that precept as well. And it says, and I will put my spirit, and I, Yahweh Shemeshai, you see, will put my spirit within you and cause you to walk in my statutes, and you shall keep my judgments and do them. So Yahweh Shemeshai is in full and absolute control. We don't have no power in it, anyway at all. All right? We don't make any decisions. We don't do anything, etc. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh Shemeshai is in full control. Okay? So when it is that we receive the salvation, then will we have the laws written within us. And of course, that salvation comes when the destruction is about to hit America, which is Mystery Babylon the Great. Yahushua will return with the angels to deliver the elect 1/3 out of America and the rest of the elect from the four corners of the earth, right? And at that very moment when the Lord willing, I'm a part of that number, we are delivered, that's when the change will happen. As it says in the scriptures, First Corinthians chapter 15, verse 52, in a moment, okay, let's see where I should start for this. Let's just go straight to what I was saying. In a moment, well, it says in verse 51, behold, I shew you a mystery. We shall not all sleep, but we shall all be changed. Referring to the Israelites, in a moment, in the twinkling of an eye, starting with the elect, by the way, okay, of Israel, in the twinkling of an eye, at the last trump, for the trumpet shall sound, and the dead shall be raised incorruptible, and we shall be changed, right? So we shall be changed in the twinkling of an eye. So it's going to happen instantly. So in that instant, when, Lord willing, we are all delivered, then boom, we're changed. No more flesh. Flesh will not enter, will not be beamed up and be among Yahushai, you know what I'm saying, and the rest of the elect. All right, we would have been changed to our new heavenly bodies, okay? We would have returned to that godlike state within that moment. All right, so now I just want to get, I believe it's in the book of Jeremiah, laws written within us. And by the way, the flesh is also called, the chains of darkness, right? In the book of Jude, it talks about that. This is Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord Yahweh. I will put my law in their inward parts. So it's going to be programmed within us. All right. We will not be able to go off. And yo, man, I look, yo, to that day, bro. The day of salvation, the day of just being right. You know what I'm saying? I'll put my laws in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people, right? We will serve Yahweh Shemeshai, and we will be righteous. You know what I'm saying? We'll be in our true form. And another supporting precept, Jeremiah chapter 32 and verse 40, and I will make an everlasting covenant with them, that I will not turn away from them to do them good, but I will put my fear in their hearts, that they shall not depart from me. Because Yahweh Shemishai took away the fear from the nation of Israel. That's when it is that you lack fear of Yahweh Shemishai, you don't have no fear. So guess what? You're going to, if you don't fear your power, then you're going to do things against your power. You're going to go with your own thing, right? But that's the flesh. That's these chains of darkness, all right, that we're in. But we'll get that fear once again. And that is very important to have, man. As it says in the book of Proverbs. Ooh, I might butcher this. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. I believe that's it, to paraphrase. Yeah. Yeah, man. But this day is coming, and it's coming very, very soon. As you can see, the way prophecy is moving, we look forward to the famine, the increase of the pestilence. The time of Second Ezra chapter 15 is happening, you know, in certain various parts, like the lockdowns that happen in certain countries. It's going to be happening slowly but surely around the rest of the world. And of course, all roads are leading to the microchip, which is a mark of the beast. All right. So this day, when we receive that salvation and we have the laws written within us, and by the way, it's also in Hebrews as well, Hebrews 8, because I know that there are like some scoffers out there that, New Testament, Old Testament kind of thing. I don't know what their reasoning is. I've never been able to quite grasp what their logic is, because I'm more than likely not supposed to just understand where they're really coming from, because it's false doctrine. Okay. But yeah, it's also in the book of Hebrews, and I'll just get that one as well real quick. Just bring them all out. Bring them all out. Okay. Yeah. Hebrews 8, and let's start at verse 8. For finding fault with them, he saith, Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day when I took them by the hand to lead them out of the land of Egypt, because they continued not in my covenant, and I regarded them not, saith the Lord. For this is the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel. After those days, saith the Lord, I will put my laws into their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a power, and they shall be to me a people, and they shall not teach every man his neighbor and every man his brother, saying, Know the Lord, for all shall know me, written within us. It's just going to be a part of us, just like breathing or walking. It's going to be that seamless. For all shall know me, from the least to the greatest, referring to the Israelites. All right. And, when it comes to what we're going through right now, experiencing the chains of darkness, it is for our own benefit overall to know the two sides of good and evil, so that Yahweh Shemishai has a much greater plan. You know what I'm saying? We will be much better judges, because we'll be able to understand the two sides. Okay. But anyways, with that, I'd like to say all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shemishai, Bashim Rakal Kodesh, Wa'abad, Babal, Shalom.